Hey guys, welcome back to Angel Angela. And on this topic, you guys, I'm coming on here to talk to you guys about something that is very important that you're going to experience and you're going to be dumbfounded. And that's when the empath is taking the role of the narcissist, when the empath is taking the role of the narcissist. As you guys know, the narcissist loves being the puppet master. They love deceiving the new supply. They love deceiving the old supply, and they like deceiving people. And it has nothing to do with relationships, intimate relationships, should I say. Sometimes we focus on that, but we don't realize that these type of people, they treat everyone like this. They do this to everyone in different levels and different aspects of life. And when a empath is not self-aware of these things, even if the empath wants to be a good person or thinks they're a good person, a lot of times when you're choosing the narcissist side, right? How many of us have been in a position where we know wrong is wrong and right is right, and we're wondering, why do people that claim to be good people are siding with the narcissist? And we start looking at those people like narcissists, right? Because we're like, you have to be a narcissist if you're sticking up for this person. And sometimes we might even make excuses and say, well, that is that person's kid. That is that person's mother. That is that person's relative or friend or whatever, right? So we make excuses for the behavior, but the behavior is done. It's the behavior that they're displaying to you. It's very narcissistic, and it makes you believe that they are more narcissistic than the person that you're initially having some type of conflict with. Because the empath has taken over the narcissist role, meaning that the narcissist gets to sit back and watch everyone fight, watch everyone in self-conflict with one another and themselves, right? That narcissist knows that person doesn't know themselves, no matter how good that person thinks that they are, no matter how many times that person donates to charity, or no matter how many times that person gives to the homeless and does good acts. One small move that you make playing this game will lead you down that rabbit hole. One move, meaning that one act of evilness will lead you closer to narcissism, which is the person that you're surrounding yourself with. And then you'll wonder why it is that when the narcissist that you're with is abusing you and no one is helping you, no one is saving you, everyone is like, distancing themselves from you. People are telling you that you're changing. They can't understand your pain. They're just like, you're changing. This isn't like you. You're aggressive all of a sudden, or you're crying all the time and you're flipping out and you're losing it and you're doing things that are very hysterical, or you're even turning on me as your friend. And we have never had problems. It's this person that you're involving yourself with that is probably implanting seeds in your mind about who I am as a person, even though you've known me the whole time. The narcissist will use the empath, and when the empath feels like they're being used, now the things that they used to do for others, they won't do anymore. And people will feel that you're rejecting them. People will feel when you don't value them anymore. Or now you start to view the people closest to you as narcissists, just because when you think back on the relationship, you're feeling like you're always going the extra mile for these people. And you're like, oh, well, if the narcissist has been getting over on me, even though this person might even still be in your presence, and you're still allowing changing. Those people's perception of you are changing, and they're looking at you like maybe you're the narcissist. And once you get with one bad fruit, they're looking at you like you're the bad fruit. So the empath can literally be displayed as a narcissist. And a lot of times, the empath can actually even show more signs of aggression than the narcissist sometimes, because depending on what type of narcissist you're dealing with. If you're dealing with a lower grade narcissist, yeah, of course, those people will kill you over anything. They can kill you over the smallest things. They can hurt you and be vindictive over the tiniest things, just pointing out their flaws, pointing out the things that they've done to you, catching them in the act, you know, just, telling them that, you're following the rules. And if you're following the rules, hey, follow the rules, or don't do certain things around me. You can tell them not to do certain things around you because it doesn't, match up with your lifestyle. And these people will try to hurt you. But when it comes to the bigger, more grander narcissist, who is very self-aware, they typically do not do the dirty work. A lot of times they're getting the flying monkeys to do the dirty work. And a lot of times the flying monkeys are displayed as narcissists and they're empaths, but they have a hard lesson to learn. And that's that you cannot get involved with other people's conflicts because you do not know both sides to the story. So that's a lesson that an empath has to learn, because we always want to help, but sometimes we have to actually sit back and really think, is this person worth saving? Is this person worth helping? Sometimes we tell ourselves, well, if I help them and, they lied, then, if they lied, then it's on them. It's on them. Nothing's going to happen to me. You start thinking you're invincible, basically. And yeah, maybe a couple times things won't happen to you, right? But when you become self-aware that getting in other people's business can actually land you in big trouble, because you don't really know who is the narcissist, because narcissists play victim. So a lot of times during your relationship, you'll see that people don't empathize with you because they're like, hey, if this person doesn't treat you well, get rid of them, So the more you're surrounding yourself with bad apples like narcissists, people won't trust you, people won't defend you, not only because they can't defend you in a way, because they feel like there's a lesson for you to learn. So they'll sit back and not do anything because they feel like you have to learn, because even if they tell you, you're still going to do the opposite. And a lot of times, if they get involved with trying to wake you up, narcissists will try to hurt you. So, in my experience, someone close to me, almost like a best friend, sister type of thing, I saw their partner basically cheating and doing things right in front of their face, like literally right in front of their face at an event behind their back. But they were at the event doing things and even flirted with me, right? And I remember being conflicted, like, I don't know if I should tell my friend that her partner was flirting with me and doing all these things. I don't know if this is normal behavior for him, for her. I just was super conflicted because I knew, a part of me knew you're not really supposed to wake other people up to what's going on. But then a part of me is like, well, you're supposed to wake them up because, who else is going to do it? So you get conflicted in helping others. And I went right ahead and did what I felt like I should do, and that's tell the truth. But with telling the truth, I lost a friend, right? I lost a friend because narcissists get into people's minds, especially the empath's mind, so deeply that the empath will always choose the narcissist. So this is why people do not get involved. You'll see women, men fighting on the street, and people will just walk by like nothing, they'll act like this is an everyday thing because they understand that narcissism is everywhere. So a lot of times, the empath tends to get involved with narcissists, and when the narcissist is having problems, issues, and with other people, the empath is coming to the rescue. The empath does not understand that the empath has power, and your power, is limitless. The problem is you're giving your power to the wrong people. Narcissists come into your life for a reason. You're giving that power to the wrong person. There's certain things that you were probably supposed to teach that narcissist, of course, but a lot of us weren't supposed to stay there that long. We were supposed to keep going, keep going along in our trip, once we learn a lesson. And a lot of times we learn the lesson and we're like, let's go through the lesson another 20, 30 times till, you're finally burnt out. So, this is the reason you should not hold anything against anyone that for sure is an empath, because, the narcissist tends to control people to the point where people are, they're the ones doing the bad act. They're the ones yelling at you, calling you names, cursing at you, going back and forth with you, stalking you, all these things. And you're wondering, oh, this person's a narcissist. And the whole time they're an empath. They know they need to help others. So they found themselves in the wrong hands of a narcissist. So they're going all out, giving all of their energy to that narcissist, giving all of their power. And then, while being around this person, they're under that person's control, yet the empath will still go around doing nice things for other people. But when it comes to the people they care about, whether they're a narcissist or not, usually when they're a narcissist, that's when you'll see the ugly side to that empath. And then, that empath will make excuses and say, I'm not always like this. I'm not really a bad person. You know how I really am. I'm really a good person. I'm always calm. I'm always in a good mood. It's just this person brings this out of me and I just can't help it. And a lot of times that person did nothing to them. The narcissist did something to them. So you have those people that are self-aware of the narcissist behavior. And then you have those empaths that really don't know that the narcissist is as wicked as they are. They don't know that the narcissist really isn't a victim. And what's so crazy is that they will go really hard for the narcissist, not knowing that they're not a victim, So a lot of times you will confuse an empath for a narcissist, and you really have to be spiritually in tune to actually understand it, because you can see the pain behind that empath. You can see that certain things they don't really want to do, but they feel like they have this loyalty to these type of people, and it's like they can't help it. It's like they can't control themselves. It's like they're acting hysterical. They're projecting all the bad things the narcissist has done to them, the hate, all the anger that the narcissist has projected to them. They will actually defend the narcissist and behave the way the narcissist behave with them, behave in that same way and project it to another empath, when that other empath came across their world for a reason. A lot of times, the empath will, be perceived as a narcissist because they're not self-aware that they're being controlled. Their minds are being controlled. Their spirits have been controlled. They're not even tapped in all the way. You're literally dealing with someone that's using 25% of their brain. And now they're going back and forth with you while the narcissist is sitting there happy, proud and with their chin up and their chest out and, staring and staring into your eyes, with their evil stare of joy that they can convince this supply to do whatever it is that they want them to do, Sometimes you have those narcissists that just never even say anything. They're quiet. They don't say anything. Every now and then again, you might hear something out of their mouth, but a lot of times they don't say anything, and people respect them just because they don't say anything, and they know that they're powerful because they have a whole bunch of flying monkeys around them. And those people know what that narcissist is doing, because those narcissists have flying monkeys as well. And a lot of times the flying monkeys, are not always narcissists. They could be empaths. And because, even though narcissists like to talk with other narcissists, they're looking at each other like, yeah, you have flying monkeys, I have flying monkeys, we all have flying monkeys. So it looks like a big party. It looks like a whole bunch of evil people together, and people who pretend to be good people, but they can't stand up when something is wrong. They can't stand up when someone is getting bullied. They can't stand up when someone is being accused of something that they didn't do. So you're basically behaving in the same way that the narcissist is behaving, because you don't see anything wrong with it, but claim to be a good person. So part of being a self-aware empath is that, when narcissists in your life, if they're your family members and you're forced, you can't help but to be surrounded by these people because they're your family. The narcissist isn't going to look down on you if you're self-aware and you call them out on their crap. Some of them get angry because they need everyone on their side. But there's some narcissists that they're okay when you call them out on their crap. They think it's funny. And it's better to stand firm in what you believe in, because you'll get more respect from people, whether they're a narcissist or not, because they know you're self-aware of what's right and what's wrong. And they know that you have boundaries and you stand for something, and if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. So, this message was just to let you guys basically know that you cannot be a self-aware empath if you're still, doing wicked things and you're picking sides with wicked people. It's about, being self-aware of our own actions and why we have to choose those actions, why we have to keep the hope alive for certain people, why we have to keep giving love to people that we know are not narcissists but are behaving in a narcissist way. It's time to wake up. It's time to understand that we can fall short as well. But there's a big difference between someone who's not a self-aware empath and a narcissist. This is why when it comes to arguing with people, fighting with people, you have to think twice. You might be you're dealing with a flying monkey, and it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Those people are ready to destroy their own lives over a narcissist, while the narcissist sits back. So there's no point on going back and forth. You have to think twice about going back and forth with certain people that you might think are narcissists, and they're not narcissists. They're just in their emotions and feelings because they don't know where to project those feelings of hate. So they think that if they project it onto you, the narcissist is going to love them or care about them or accept them in their family, So, always be self-aware. Always treat people the way you want to be treated. And I hope that this message resides with you, and it can help you in your journey here on out, not to get involved in everyone's story. Because if you don't know both sides to the story, you'll start getting bad karma because you're messing with an empath, because you're partaking in evil, wicked plans, and you think just because you're not the one doing it, you're just around these people, that you're not going to get anything, any negativity back, one way or another. So, a lot of times, if you involve yourself with narcissists and you don't know both sides of the story, chances are you're going to get karma, and it's going to be exactly what you do. Whatever that person was going through, you're going to go through the exact same thing, to the point where you might be embarrassed when you get around that person, because you weren't aware of it, so if you come across these type of people that you might have wronged, you might want to apologize. So I'm sending you guys lots of love, light, and peace in your healing. Do not forget to subscribe, like, and if you guys want to book a session with me, give me 24 hours to respond to you, and I will talk to you guys on the next one. Love you guys. Bye.